Francis Kamujisha studied computer science here in Uganda before he transferred to Dubai to seek a job as a driver in order to survive. Kamujisha adds that while in Dubai, he was linked to a new job by another Ugandan national in Thailand.
It seemed like a big deal, easy deal to do, because the money they had promised me would, actually when I totaled it up, it would make almost 15,000 US dollars. So I decided to move. I traveled from Dubai to Laos. Someone was waiting for me at the airport. Everything was smooth at the airport because these guys were really connected, so they did not disturb me that much at the airport.
When Kamujisha arrived in Thailand, he was hired as an IT scammer, working phone lines and the internet for unsuspecting subscribers. He explains that the job required him to pretend to be a woman.
These people are just scammers. They do scamming work. Like people convince people to invest in cryptocurrency. That's basically what they do. You're given a script and they tell you you have now to become this one and this one. You have to become, let's say they say you have to become a female character. You're just chatting, definitely don't get any feelings, hard feelings with them. Eventually, you know, after some time you tell the person to put money and the person will put money. Then the money will be for those people.
However, Kamujisha says working conditions in Thailand were particularly harsh.
Working for over 15 plus hours, no pay, conditions are bad, your punishments are daily, overtime. You work for 15 hours and they add you overtime for 2 hours. Like it was really weird, and there was nowhere to complain.
After several months, Kamujisha was able to escape. He secured support from an online organization, International Justice Mission. It was an American soldier who saved him from the harsh conditions.
They were saluting him, calling him sergeant. By that time, I was waiting for him. We met some other guy who was also in that military. He was, I think, part of the military. So we talked to the guy, and the guy gave us. We were two by then. I was with some South African national. We talked to the guy accepted to give us a safe passage just out of Myanmar.
However, after a while, Kamujisha was stuck as his rescuers did not have the means to get him all the way to Uganda. That is how he ended up in Laos, which neighbors Myanmar. Here, Kamujisha was able to notify Interpol. Kamujisha reached out to Uganda's diplomatic mission in Malaysia, which helped him prepare a passport to enable him return home.
I started trying to find ways of maybe communicating to the outside world. I'm talking to the embassy, I'm talking to like people I know, my brothers, my sisters, like people I know, basically everyone I knew that person could help. I was chatting the person. That's when anti-immigration police of Laos came. So they came and we did interviews with them. Then they took us to the capital city, which was Vientiane, at the shelter where I spent almost I spent there 2 months at the shelter before coming to Uganda. So almost there in all those things,
Derek Basalira Chigenyi, the Deputy National Coordinator for the Prevention of Human Trafficking in the Internal Affairs Ministry, says they have returned 21 Ugandans who had ended up in Myanmar,
who have been repatriated back home successfully. Of course, with the help of NGOs there and civil society organizations. For instance, there is one called Eden Minor. That organization helps with rescuing victims of human trafficking, but again, they also assisted to cross over back to Thailand, where they are handed over to authorities there, border control authorities and the police authorities, who work hand in hand with our mission in Thailand and Malaysia to ensure their rescue and repatriation.
However, Basalira is concerned that 22 other Ugandans are stuck in Myanmar.
I think they left through legal means, but what is behind that is the traffickers now are so tricky also that in a way they make sure they do everything in a formal way. They follow the legal procedures, but their intention is what is hidden at the end of the day.
Shamim Tushabe is one of those Ugandans with relatives stuck in Myanmar. She says she's in touch with these Ugandans who are usually sourced from Dubai and promised jobs in Thailand before ending up in Myanmar.
So when they got here, they are introduced to different agents. So the agents also try to work for them. They call you, you go to Kenya, they do your paperwork. When you reach Kenya, you're connected to other people. Then those are like a group of 5 to 10, like that. Then you go to the embassy and do those interviews. After the interview, then you come back here and wait for the ticket through those agents.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs is warning Ugandans to be vigilant about their safety whenever they travel outside Uganda.
The established government procedures through the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, there is a procedure for labour externalization, and that procedure gives you more than just taking you for work. You get information about your destination, you get information about what you're going to do, what you're expected to do there, and what those people are expected to do for you, your employers. So, with all this information, it would have been very difficult for our people to be trafficked.
Basaliwa explains that the 22 are in a rebel-held territory in Myanmar.
So, it makes it a bit difficult also to access the areas by the authorities in Myanmar, the police and the army, because rebel-controlled areas are full of rebel activities. So they are lawless, there is no control. At any point in time, people are dying, and this makes it very hard for anyone to just access.